Today marks the last Sunday that Sherry Halliday-Kwan is here as intern at the First UU Society of San Francisco. Truth be told, we weren't really planning for an internship this year, so imagine it's September, maybe early October of 2017, a letter comes across your desk, or maybe it was an email. It says, "Would you consider an internship?" You think, oh, no. I just arrived. My bags aren't unpacked even. But then you read the resume, and you read the cover letter, and you think, this person is fantastic, like a superhero in human form. So then you find out what works in this church to make this possible. You go to the board of trustees, you ask, could we possibly do this? They say, yeah, if you can find the money. You find out about this thing called the Hinckley Fund, left by a general, Hinckley? Captain Hinckley, long ago, stewarded faithfully by this congregation. Will members of the Hinckley board raise your hands? Yeah. They normally award the money in January. You ask for it in October. They say yes. And an internship year is born. You resuscitate an internship committee. Can members of the internship committee raise your hands? You'll have more of a chance. Yeah. And a year begins. A wonderful year, some hard moments. Oh, you have to find the intern housing. So Julia Thoron and members of your family, will you raise your hands? So the Thoron family agrees person in based only on their photograph and resume. Sam Thoron was part of the family at the start of the year, and we lost him in the fall, a huge and painful loss. So we hold his spirit in this hour. But Sherry makes a home at the Thoron's house, and this wonderful year of creative interchange, of us shaping an intern shaping us, begins. A priceless year. I could say more. We've been saying more all week, actually. But maybe for now, thank you and goodbye are the most appropriate words. Sherry, for her part, if you don't already know, is headed off to an incredible new ministry in Rochester, New York, in a church that is twice our size, she said, but not twice our size in heart, she wants us to know. Amazing worship life and social justice ministry. Elizabeth will go to, where are you, Elizabeth? Sherry's wife. And we hope you find and make an incredible next chapter and adventure in your life too. They're lucky to have you. And both of you put foundations under the next set of dreams you have. We'll be watching from 3,000 miles away. But before Sherry goes, we have gifts to give her for the journey. So for that, I'd like to invite Marie Kazan-Komarek and Mary Jane Mikuriya, the co-chairs of our internship committee, and Richard Davis, too, to come forward as we share our gifts.
We're really delighted to be here, not to say goodbye, but to say we have revitalized this church as a teaching church. And we have this in mind all the time because Marie here, my co-chair, each year, each Christmas time does these wreaths, I don't know if you remember, for fundraising for the intern committee. So because of this, we had some basic little amounts of money to carry over, and we're so delighted we could use it with Sherry.
Robes seemed like the perfect gift for this moment. Robes are a minister's calling card. Robes for celebrations and funerals. Robes for blessing babies and leading worship. Robes so no one has to wonder who the minister is. Robes so you can come to church wearing whatever you want and no one will be distracted.
To have red robes was Sherry's choice. Red robes, can you believe that? Red is the color in some cultures, but certainly Chinese cultures, it's about the celebration of joy. It's the color that connotes and invites good luck, and also, specifically, prosperity. That's why they give out those red cards at Chinese New Year, those little tiny red cards with money in it. All of which seems appropriate for ministry, which we hope to be joyful and prosperous in the largest sense for Sherry here. And good luck to you too. Robe? Oh, look at that.
And she put the robes on her.
Sherry? Goodness.
It is also our tradition that the intern committee present the intern with a stole. Stoles are traditionally adorned after the intern is ordained. Next week, Sunday, in New York, at her home church, Sherry will be ordained. We will send Vanessa Vanderlyn to that event with this stole, at which point she will place it upon Sherry's shoulders. But we wanted all of you to see it too. We will be there in spirit with you, Sherry. Thank you.
Isn't that
great? Members of this year's intern committee were in a unique position at the start of this year. We really didn't know one another. We have since learned together, grown together, discovered Google Docs together, and hopefully, along with this congregation, helped love Sherry into being. I would like to thank all of those of you who served on our intern committee. Could you please stand? And now we have one final gift from Richard Davis, for Richard Davis to present.
Sherry, we first met when I was part of the Worship Associates. I found that you were one of those rare persons whose very presence lifts everyone's spirits. I will miss you. You will remember when this year I presented the Worship Associates with a chalice that I had made for them. That chalice was made using maple burl. Burl is a tree's response to stress or injury. It is a place of hurt. But when the burl forms, it is stronger and more beautiful than any other part of the tree. And so it can be with us. Our pain replaced with strength and beauty. And so I have made this chalice, symbol of our faith, for you. And it's made from the same piece of burl I used to make the Worship Associates chalice. Wow. It is a piece of us, like the robe and the stole. May it remind you of us and our feelings for you. Blessings in all the worship or gatherings or private moments in which you light it. Blessings in the next chapter beyond now. you.